crystal. Victory is tight. Silicone veins in the saltwater bloom, tracing the fractals of afternoon gloom. We breathe in the silica, we exhale the light, suspended in basins of liquidized white. Don't blink or the clarity breaks, under the weight of the pressure it takes, to hold back the shimmer, to stay in the flow, where the deep and the vitreous go. Vitreous tides, pulling the glass, watching the hours in the mercury pass. Crystalline waves in a salt sugar sea, refracting the ghost of who you used to be. Tungsten reflections on the surface of chrome, finding a path back to a chemical home. We drift through the lens of a sapphire eye, where the salt meets the silk of a velvet sky. Don't blink or the clarity breaks, under the weight of the pressure it takes, to hold back the shimmer, to stay in the flow, where the deep and the vitreous go. Vitreous tides, pulling the glass, watching the hours in the mercury pass. Crystalline waves in a salt sugar sea, refracting the ghost of who you used to be. Break the surface, feel the shards, translucent gravity, heavy and hard. This is where the ocean and the optic begin. Vitreous tides, pulling the glass, watching the hours in the mercury pass. Crystalline waves in a salt sugar sea, refracting the ghost of who you used to be. Liquid crystal. Vitreous tides, fade to white. Soft as a hush, the ceiling descends, a hush of midnight that never ends. The horizon bleeds a liquid violet, drowning the echoes of the rush. We slide into the obsidian quiet as the daylight turns to dust. Geometric patterns in the air, static humming through the brine. Leave the weight of what we wear at the border of the line. Every shimmer draws us farther in, where the deep begins to bend, and the world we knew grows thin. At the edge of it again, suspended in the ink, closer than we think. The gravity is folding into the dark we are holding, and every breath goes slow as the undertow lets go. Onyx velvet canopy, breathless in the symmetry. beneath the velvet oversoul.
Written on the skin, the constellations fail to find us in the places we begin. It is a fabric woven from the stars, thick enough to hide the scars. Tidal waves of heavy lace drifting through a soundless space. Every color turns to amber, every boundary comes undone. We dissolve and still remember how to follow where we ended in the ink, closer than gravity is folding into the dark we are holding, and every breath goes slow as the undertow lets go. Onyx velvet canopy, breathless in the symmetry. Let the indigo consume the frame until we forget our name. Onyx velvet canopy, diving through the density pulse of the night, rhythmic and deep. Secrets that the shadows keep us drifting, keep us whole beneath the velvet oversoul. We fall as one, till even time itself is gone. Hold me where the darkness breathes, in the shape of what it leaves. Onyx velvet canopy, breathless in the symmetry. Let the indigo consume the fray until we forget our name. Onyx velvet canopy, diving through the density pulse of the night, rhythmic and deep. Secrets that the shadows keep us drifting, keep us whole beneath the velvet oversoul. In the velvet, in the onyx, fade to nothing, fade to one. In the silence, we are weightless underneath the setting sun. Gasping noble gases in a glass rib cage, a fuchsia fossil in a digital age. The salt air eats the copper lines away, while the current begs for one more day. Vibrating softly against the velvet night, a ghost of a glow, a phantom of light. Voltage stutters like a nervous heart, waiting for the dark to fall apart. Empress bleeding through the fractured seams, feeding on the marrow of forgotten dreams. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose. In the static hum of a dead neon sign, we're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and gold.
fading on the marrow of forgotten dreams. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose in the static hum of a dead neon sign. We're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and cold. The story that the shadows never told. On the corner where the midnight lingers, 1,000 sparks dissolve to silver fingers. Every sign remembers what we were, a trembling pulse inside a smoldering blur. The city breathes through broken wires, counting down through half-lit fires. Voltage stutters like a nervous heart, waiting for the dark to fall apart. Amperes bleeding through the fractured seams, feeding on the marrow of forgotten dreams. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose in the static hum of a dead neon sign. We're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and cold. A story that the shadows never told. Oscillate, resonate, fade to gray. The sunrise is a million miles away. Between the flicker and the final breath, there's a rhythmic kind of life in the neon death. Hold on to the ember, hold on to the spark. Even a fading glow can leave a mark. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose in the static hum of a dead neon sign. We're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and cold. A story that the shadows never told. The hum is all that's left. The hum is all that's left. Indigo and static, fading into the blue, fading into you. The carburetor breathes in the mist, a silver fever in the piston's fist. I was chasing the heat of a desert road, but the tide came heavy for the debt I owed. Now the mercury is climbing the glass, watching the ghost of the highway pass. The asphalt dissolves into sapphire sand. I'm losing the grip of the steady land. My cylinders hum with the hollow sound, where the anchor is lost and the pulse is found. The liquid moon is pouring down the tank. The shore is pulling from the river
Rust is just the color of a setting sun, forgiving every mile that I tried to run. Let the ocean take the wheel, let the iron learn to feel. Now the lighthouse blinks through the spray and smoke, like a final match for the vows I broke. Every bolt in the body starts to pray as the shoreline steals the road away. I used to run on fire and pride, now I drift where the undertow decides. The liquid moon is pouring down the tank, the shore is pulling from the riverbank. Chemistry is turning into blue, nothing burns the way it used to. Salt water in my gasoline, a crystal sting in the machine. I'm stalling on the edge of the deep, with promises the currents keep. Salt water in my gasoline, the purest wreck I've ever seen. Salt water in my gasoline, I'm singing with the undertow in me. Crystalline sabotage, drifting through the mirage. Blue in the valves, blue in the veins, nothing remains. Amber light bleeding through the screen door, the rhythmic choke of iron on the lawn. A staccato ghost, a mechanical pulse before the marigold summer was gone. We chased the arcs of calcified water, shattering sunlight into liquid lace. 94 was a copper-flavored dream, painted across your sun-drenched face. The wheels of the season turned to red. Everything we lived, everything we said, spinning in circles, catching the spray, tracing the salt before it washes away. Rusty sprinklers in '94, spinning shadows on the garage door. Let the patina turn to gold in a story that never gets old. Rusty sprinklers, rhythmic and slow. Where did the humid magic go? Vertebrae of the garden hose tangled in deep secrets that the Bermuda grass used to keep. Oxidized metal singing to the heat, a metallic heartbeat beneath our feet. The sky was a canvas, a bruised violet, waiting for the stars to place their bet. The wheels of the season turned to red. Everything we lived, everything we said, spinning in circles, catching the spray, tracing the salt before it washes away. Rusty sprinklers in '94, spinning shadows on the garage door. Let the patina turn to gold in a story that never gets old. Rusty sprinklers, rhythmic and slow. Where did the humid magic go? Tick, tick, the sound of a fading frame, water in
garden, I forgot its name. The rust is just time trying to hold on to the echo of us before we were gone. Late July leaning over the chain link fence. The afternoon was all heat and suspense. We laughed in the mist where the crabgrass grew, drenched in the glow of a chlorine hue. One more spin and the yard would sing with the static buzz of a dying spring. Every drip was a memory set free, falling in slow motion back to me. The wheels of the season turned to red. Everything we lived, everything we said, spinning in circles, catching the spray, tracing the salt before it washes away. Rusty sprinklers in '94, spinning shadows on the garage door. Let the patina turn to gold in a story that never gets old. Rusty sprinklers, rhythmic and slow. Where did the human magic go? Rusty sprinklers in '94, spinning shadows on the garage door. Let the patina turn to gold in a story that never gets old. Rusty sprinklers, rhythmic and slow. Where did the human magic go? '94, just a rhythmic ghost in the humid haze. '94, the water turns to dust in the orange glow. Rain on the glass like a soft refrain. Neon breathing in the undertow. Every street a silver thread. Every puddle keeps the afterglow. Petrichor rising from the charcoal veins. Sodium orbs bleeding through the window pane. The sky is a heavy shroud of indigo ink, hovering on the precipice before we blink. Mercury drops dancing on a fevered hood, translating secrets we never understood. Gliding through the static, through the gray, where the shadows and the silhouettes play, catching the flicker in a liquid lens. This is where the linear world ends. Amber street lamps in the rain, liquid gold in every vein, washing out the monochrome, leading every wanderer home. Amber street lamps in the rain, glow until we lose the pain, submerged in a rhythmic glow. Nowhere else we need to go.
gardens, amber street lamps in the rain. Liquid gold in every vein. Washing out the monochrome. Leading every wanderer home. Amber street lamps in the rain. Glow until we lose the pain. Submerged in the rhythmic glow. Nowhere else we need to go. Window halos tremble on the avenue. Pain in every broken thing anew. The traffic hum is a distant hymn, spilling like a tide at the edges of the rim. We move as if the city were asleep, tiptoeing through its cathedral deep. And every drop that falls from above feels like a language made of love. Gliding through the static, through the gray, where the shadows and the silhouettes play, catching the flicker in a liquid lens. This is where the linear world ends. Amber street lamps in the rain. Liquid gold in every vein. Washing out the monochrome. Leading every wanderer home. Amber street lamps in the rain. Glow until we lose the pain. Submerged in the rhythmic glow. Nowhere else we need to go. The mist is a choir, the thunder is bass, dissolving the features of every face. In the aqueous prism, we are unbound, lost in the sight, found in the sound. Let the night pour through and cleanse the fear, till all that remains is what we hold dear. Amber street lamps in the rain. With gold in every vein. Washing out the monochrome. Leading every wanderer home. Amber street lamps in the rain. Glow until we lose the pain. Submerged in the rhythmic glow. Nowhere else we need to go. Amber glow in the rain. Let it flow through the vein. Sodium dreams in the rain. Just let it glow, fading slow. Amber glow in the rain. The silica ribs of the valley are aching, waiting for the grey to fracture and spill. Thermal ghosts dancing on the horizon line. Static electricity climbing the hill. We are the drought in a state of grace, tracing the geometry of empty space. A tectonic murmur, a heavy sky tremble, where the ghosts of the water begin to assemble. Lower the frequency, open the sky. The first drop hit the eye of the dry. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the GRs, then let the rhythm ignite. Deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, ooh, let it run through your veins. Myrrh and ozone colliding in the air. Liquid diamond
frequency, open the sky. Let the first drop hit the eye of the dry. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the gears and let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, ooh, let it run through your veins. Now the air turns silver, the clouds convene, pouring their archive over everything seen. Each drop a signal, each splash a spark, riding a soft resurrection in the dark. From cracked riverbeds to the sleeping streets, the whole world listening to the rain's heartbeat. And every stone that the storm touches remembers the fire, then forgets it and hushes. Lower the frequency, open the sky. Let the first drop hit the eye of the dry. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the geosmin, let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, ooh, let it run through your veins. Filter through carbon, born from the heat. Sky meets the pavement, heart meets the beat. A chemical memory, a primal refrain. We are reborn in the weight of the rain. Let it wash through the fault lines deep. Let the sleeping roots begin to speak. In the afterglow of the storm's release, every dry thing bends toward peace. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the geosmin, let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, ooh, let it run through your veins. Petrichor pulse, let it run through your veins. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain. Petrichor pulse, run through your veins. Let the water breathe, let the earth wake up. Petrichor pulse, run through your veins. Let it linger, let it rise. Petrichor pulse, under open skies. Gasping noble gases in a glass rib cage, a fuchsia fossil in a digital age. The salt air eats the copper lines away, while the current begs for one more day. Vibrating softly against the velvet night, a ghost of a glow, a phantom of light. Voltage stutters like a nervous heart, waiting for the dark to fall apart. Empress bleeding through the fractured seams, feeding on the marrow of forgotten dreams. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose. In the static hum of a dead neon sign, we're dancing on the border of a hollow line.
1,000 sparks dissolve to silver fingers. Every sign remembers what we were. A trembling pulse inside a smoldering blur. The city breathes through broken wires, counting down through half-lit fires. Voltage stutters like a nervous heart, waiting for the dark to fall apart. Hampers bleeding through the fractured seams, feeding on the marrow of forgotten dreams. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose. In the static hum of a dead neon sign, we're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and gold. A story that the shadows never told. Oscillate, resonate, fade to gray. The sunrise is a million miles away. Between the flicker and the final breath, there's a rhythmic kind of life in the neon death. Hold on to the ember, hold on to the spark. Even a fading glow can leave a mark. Low frequency, color of a bruise, tracing the arc of everything we lose. In the static hum of a dead neon sign, we're dancing on the border of a hollow line. Electric silence, heavy and cold. A story that the shadows never told. The hum is all that's left. The hum is all that's left. Indigo and static, fading into the blue, fading into you. Static in my veins. Lithium shadows crawl beneath the skin. The tide is neon, pulling me back in. I am a vessel for the frequency, a hollow hum, waiting for the silence to become undone. The salt on the horizon tastes like copper wires, burning through the water with invisible fires. It is not blood, it is a silver blur. 1,000 signals where we were. The signal breaks, the water stays lost inside the phosphor haze. Static in my veins, white noise in the deep, secrets that the ocean and the signals keep. Electric salt current on the rise. I see the flicker in your porcelain eyes. Static in my veins, static in my veins, static in my veins. Quartz clocks ticking in a frantic chest. We are just data points put to the test. Trade the warmth for a high-speed glow, where the reef ends, let the pixels go. Gravity is glitching in the evening air. I am breathing cold, but you are never there. It is not blood, it is a silver blur. 1,000 signals where we were. The signal breaks, the water stays lost inside the phosphor haze. Static in my veins, white noise in the deep, secrets that the ocean and the signals keep. Electric salt current ghost in the circuitry between. I chase your outline through the tidal glow, but every answer phrase before I know. If I could drown the hum beneath my breath, maybe I could learn the shape of what's left. It is not blood, it is a silver blur. 1,000 signals where we were. The signal breaks, the water stays lost inside the phosphor haze. Static in my veins, white noise in the deep. Secrets that the ocean and the signals keep. Electric salt, current on the rise. I see the flicker in your porcelain eyes. Static in my veins, static in my veins. No more oxygen, just bit-rate dreams, dissolving at the freight and golden seams. Turn the dial until the blue goes gray. Wash the frequency away. Hold the noise until it starts to sing. A ghost of light in everything. If I fall through the undertow, will I still feel the afterglow? Static in my veins. Static in my veins, white noise in the deep. Secrets that the ocean and the signals keep. Electric salt, current on the rise. I see the flicker in your porcelain eyes. Static in my veins. Static in my veins. Static in my veins. Just a hum, silver blur. Static in my veins. Fading out, fading out. Fading out. You drive the blueprints in the dark, a geometric spark of oxygen and bone. The way your throat creates a part of hollowed spaces where the wind is prone to wander through the corridors of gray before the daylight sweeps the plans away. Isometric lines of heavy air, a scaffolding of ghosts and quiet prayer. I'm living in the architecture of your size. Under the marble arches where the spirit lies. Every exhale builds a cathedral of the sea, a temporary temple meant for me. The symmetry of breath, the geometry of blue. I'm lost inside the masonry of you. The pillars lean against the night, translucent rafters catching all the salt. A physics built on fading light, where every whisper is a vaulted fault. You build the ceiling just to watch it fall, then trace the shadow on the bedroom wall. Isometric lines of heavy air, a scaffolding of ghosts and quiet prayer. I'm living in the architecture of your size. Under the marble arches where the spirit lies. foundations made of vapor, ink on liquid paper. Hold your breath until the walls give in. Where do I end and where do you begin? And when the night begins to bend, your breath becomes the window light, a trembling that will never end, a stairway climbing into white. I follow every rising scene through chambers made of half-remembered dreams, isometric lines of heavy air, a scaffolding of ghosts and quiet prayer. I'm living in the architecture of your sighs, under the marble arches where the spirit lies. Every exhale builds a cathedral of the sea, temporary temple meant for me. Symmetry of breath, the geometry of blue. I'm lost inside the masonry of you. Limestone brick, falling slow in the architecture, where the currents go just aside, just aside, just aside, just aside. The silica ribs of the valley are aching, waiting for the grave to fracture and spill. Thermal ghosts dancing on the horizon line, static electricity climbing the hill. We are the drought in a state of grace, tracing the geometry of empty space. A tectonic murmur, a heavy sky tremble where the ghosts of the water begin to assemble. Lower the frequency, open the sky, let the first drop hit the eye of the drive. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wait, the geosmin, let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon. frequency, open the sky. Let the first drop hit the eye of the drive. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the gears and let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, let it run through your veins. Filtered through carbon, born from the heat. Sky meets the pavement, heart meets the beat. A chemical memory, a primal frame. We are reborn in the weight of the rain. Let it wash through the fault lines deep. Let the sleeping roots begin to speak in the afterglow of the storm's release. Every dry thing bends toward peace. Can you hear the petrichor pulse resonating through the conductive dust? Wake the gears and let the rhythm ignite deep in the marrow of the neon night. The scent of the thunder, the beat of the rain, washing the fever from the dry terrain. Petrichor pulse, let it run through your veins. Petrichor pulse, let it run through your veins. The scent, the thunder, the beat of the rain. Petrichor pulse, run through your veins. Let the water breathe. Let the earth wake up. Petrichor pulse, run through your veins. Let it linger, let it rise. Petrichor pulse, under open skies. The soft click in the dark, slow exposure of the heart. Silver nitrate bleeding through the white, a chemical ghost waking in the light. We were overexposed, burning at the seams, drowning in the grain of yesterday's dreams. The aperture yawns, swallowing the tide, where the salt and the indigo secrets hide. Hands on the glass as the hours drifted slow, watching every tiny fraction start to glow. The paper held a thunder we could never say. A little piece of summer turned to ash and gray. Slow burn, chemical bloom, filling up the hollow of this velvet room. Wait for the edges to find their frame before the sun forgets your name. Hold your breath as the shadows fall. Hear the silence, answer the call. Lost in the vintage Polaroid haze, tracing the smoke of the golden days. Blurred horizons, rhythm in the slow, caught in the flicker, nowhere to go. Just a vintage Polaroid haze, spinning in the afterglow. Every color moving slow. Just a vintage Polaroid haze, sepia stains on a digital soul, trying to make the fractured pieces whole. The shutter snapped, but the ghost stayed behind. The static melody trapped in the mind. Cyanide whispers, magenta sighs. The pixels are drifting like fireflies. We fed the night to a trembling screen, hoping the blur could keep us clean. But every line that the memory draws still carries the thin shadows fall. Hear the silence, answer the call. Lost in the vintage Polaroid haze, tracing the smoke of the golden days. Blurred horizons, rhythm in the slow. Caught in the flicker, nowhere to go. Just a vintage Polaroid haze, spinning in the afterglow. Every color moving slow. Just a vintage Polaroid haze. In the fading light. We were made tonight. Light leaks through the cracks of the lens, where the beginning of the ending begins. Hold the frame until the colors bleed. A frozen garden, a dormant seed. And if the world turns back to dust, we'll keep the print of what we trust. In the curl of the edges and the silver sheen, in the soft focus ache of a half-lit dream. Let the moment stay, let it hesitate. Let the fading love develop late. Lost in the vintage Polaroid haze, tracing the smoke of the golden days. Blurred horizons, rhythm in the slow. Caught in the flicker, nowhere to go. Just a vintage Polaroid haze, spinning in the afterglow. Every color moving slow. Just a vintage Polaroid haze, fading to white. Developing, developing. One more second in the light. Developing into the haze.